I am intrigued as for the infrastructure. I operate 36 laundromats in 3 states. I'm not trying to impress you. We scale by doing exactly this. We're looking for laundries that are struggling or closed. We talk to the landlord. We sign a long-term lease, 15 years, at a reasonable and commensurate rate. And we pay the rent because we're going to retool this place, right? We're going to spend, I don't know, $500,000 on washers and dryers, but I'm not going to have to pay EPA fees, cards on the table. I don't have to dig holes for drain troughs, etc. I don't want to run it the way it is. I'm on the phone either consulting with you guys as potential new clients or talking to landlords that I call or dealing with incoming return calls all day, every day. In this case, I was on the telephone talking to another landlord when our new friend Victor called me back on a message I just left. If you're working with me, you know that we leave tons of messages. So let's call the client and then get Victor on the phone. By the way, my client Frank is on a field trip chaperoning his kid, 6th graders, on their way to go camping, watching Finding Nemo. Don't ask me how I know that. Let's make the call. All right, Frank, you're on a bus watching Nemo.
Wait. Bring
him over here.
Yeah, but that's pretty adventurous.
So now, my question, I call Victor, I leave him a message, he calls me back. What did he do? Text you and call you? He knows that we're linked together?
So I texted him earlier saying that to expect a call from me.
Oh, okay.
I did that last week too with the one we missed on.
Understood. All right. And he called me from...
I hope it's the number I sent you because that's what he's texting me from.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yep, that's the number I have saved.
Okay.
All right, stand by. On a bus, watching Nemo. No! Now, refresher, this store has been shuttered.
Yeah, that's what it says online. It says the store is closed on Google, and it says that on Yelp, but the store is operating. So it looks like, I don't know who.
Maybe the landlord said, how hard could it be? Let's run the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it says it's for sale. So who knows? Who knows?
How many ducats?
Something changed with that location.
How many ducats do they want?
$350 is what they asked. To put that information in there.
$350,000 gross revenue, cash flow. Gross revenue is $229.
Numbers are there.
Cash flow $60K.
Gross. And then what he was asking is $2 a square foot plus triple nets. It should be in there.
It's 1,500 square foot. It's very small.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
Let's call this guy back.
Yeah, they want 5,000
and listen, the first thing is I'm not paying for the business, and that could be a very, very fast conversation with this guy.
Right. Who knows? Because we don't know what's going on anyway. It could be very fast. Yep.
Well, yeah. Okay. All right.
At least he knows we're interested.
Calling him back.
I'll mute.
Here we go.
Yep.
Hello?
Victor. How goes it, buddy?
Hi. Good, good.
Excellent.
Sorry, I'm in the car.
No problem. Yeah. Don't crash. Don't get pulled over.
No, I'll be sure not to.
Watch out for chips. Victor, I'm looking at the laundry over here. I am intrigued as for the infrastructure. I operate 36 laundromats in 3 states. I'm not trying to impress you. It's we scale by doing exactly this. We're looking for laundries that are struggling or closed, we talk to the landlord. We sign a long-term lease, 15 years, at a reasonable and commensurate rate. And we pay the rent because we're going to retool this place, right? We're going to spend, I don't know, $500,000 on washers and dryers. But I'm not going to have to pay EPA fees, cards on the table. I don't have to dig holes for drain troughs, et cetera. I don't want to run it the way it is because the operators failed because the equipment is aged, right? You can't run an Uber with an 87 Toyota Corolla.
No offense.
And even if it has nice paint, it's going to break down every other day. At the end of the day, I know you've got a sale price, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not looking to pay that. I'm looking to give you reasonable rent. And is the landlord running it right now?
No, I believe I'm not sure who the tenant is. I don't know all the existing.
Yeah. It was shut down.
The center, but I'd have to.
And I'm not here to call bullshit, but when you're giving me P&L statements and this is the gross revenue, this is that, I know how this works. You know, at the end of the day, if the landlord wants to run it and operate it, you know, see what you can do, have fun. It's cash, it's different, you know, it's hookers and blow money.
Go insane and have some fun.
But if you want a serious tenant, that's us. And I'm not a distributor. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to flip it. I want to become that tenant. If the sale price goes away, we can start beating you up on the rent. We can get an LOI in your hands. But you need to figure out whether or not we can do that, right? And you let me know.
50-50? We have a deal, Eddie.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually not aware that the laundromat had closed at the shopping center there.
Yeah, it was shut down and then open. I mean, we're observing these stores from afar. Just like when you called me back just now, I'm always on the phone, just like you.
Okay.
What's your email address? Let me send you an email, some info about me, us, my partner Frank, who you talked to, and 36 stores, strong operator, blah, blah, blah. If I take this place over, I'm going to make sure the sign works, the homeless are booted out, and we elevate the plaza. Laundromats are still great.
My government does not like to do laundry in public.
If people spend the money on them that's required.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. My email address, pretty simple. It's just .com.
All right, Victor, I appreciate you, bro. I'm Danny D'Angelo. I'm going to send you a little something and just tell them the guy doesn't want to pay key fees. Let's talk terms. Nobody's going to give you $350K.
Okay.
And if they do, imagine that tenant. You got a tenant that doesn't know what they're doing, or they talk you down to $100,000. I need $100,000 as a down payment for my equipment. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's
I know.
It's going to be, as you say, you're going to put money into the space.
Correct. Oh, of course. All right, dude. I'll send you a little thing. Let me know. You can text or call me anytime.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Glad
dude.
we can connect.
Ciao. So I know what I think, Frank. What do you think about that conversation?
Definitely could have it. Apparently, he doesn't know what's going on with that space, or at least not yet. What was your take on it?
Well, I just kind of run roughshod over the kid, and I come over the top as a professional. That's all. And he's thinking, "Oh, damn, everything you said makes perfect sense, Danny." But if we're hitting our head against a wall and the knuckleheads on the other side of this say, "Nah, we really want to get our $100,000 out of this," because they're not going to get $350.
Right.
They're looking at what they think is a viable business, and I don't blame them. But if the landlord is running it, they're going to say, "Jesus, this place didn't make that money." Part of it is shutting down and trying to claw those customers back. When you shut down for 3 weeks, the customers find another laundromat.
Right.
Not good. All right, I'll send him a little how do you do. He texts, he calls, he sends a carrier pigeon. I will let you know. Keep away from the poison ivy.
I'll take the bullet.
The poison ivy for sure.
Yep. And this is what happens when someone calls us back. We get back in touch with them, even if you're on a bus to nowhere. Go Nemo.
All right, man.
Thanks, Frankie. Bye.
I'm pretty sure this hot water heater's got a few more good years left in it.